I just want to give 3 stories of young people I've interacted with in the last 2 months. One is from the border of Uganda and South Sudan. This young man is a lawyer. And when I met him, I saw the kind of work he's doing, and I asked him, why are you doing what you're doing? And he told me, you know, I spent 20 years during the Uganda conflict, and I didn't know what I needed to do. And I have come back, despite the fact that I studied law, I've come back to my village because it took my mother and my 3 sisters to ensure that I did not go to war. And my sisters and my mother, I don't know where the noise is coming from. My sister and my mother hid me all these years, and I have come back to serve my community. And I asked him, what drives you? And he told me, my role model is Nelson Mandela. And I asked him, why is Nelson Mandela your role model? And he told me, it's not the name Nelson Mandela, it's the conviction that he had. And I am back here in this village because I have a conviction that I must transform this village. I must transform the lives of women and young women. I must transform the lives of young people in my village. And I asked him, what do you need? He told me, Margaret, I don't need Ford Foundation's money. All I need is networks. Please link me to people who can help me grow. Aren't you lucky that you have ELF to help you grow to the next level? The next young person I met was a young woman working in the rural villages of Cameroon. And she told me, I'm a doctor by profession. And I asked her, why are you working in the village and you have the opportunity to work in the city? She told me, I must make sure no woman dies because of childbirth. And she told me, you know, my mother died when she was giving birth to our last born. And I'm back in this village to make sure that no woman is going to die. And I asked her, what is your regret working in this remote village? She told me, my only regret is that I may not get a husband because I rarely meet young men. And the young men in this village are all afraid of me because I'm a doctor. The third young woman I met was here in Nairobi, working in one of the informal settlements as a doctor. And I asked her, why are you working in Kibera? And she told me, I'm working in Kibera because I feel this is where my heart connects. And she told me, you know why I'm here? I'm working with mothers whose children have got multiple disabilities. And I feel it's not about diagnostic medicine. We need holistic treatment for people living in this, for people living in Kibera. And it took me, or rather it made me start thinking, what is really my conviction in life? What do I want to achieve? Am I still in the right path? Is my passion for young people still there? And I want to put it to you tonight. Even as you graduate, what is your conviction? What is it that you are ready to surrender? Are you ready to surrender your comfort and go and serve people in the remotest villages of Kenya? Are you willing to give yourself in whatever duty that you are called to ensure that there is change in what you're doing? And then this week again, I had an opportunity of sitting in a panel of interviewers. And there was this young lady who came, and really well accomplished. And she was asked by one of my colleagues, who is your role model? And I mean, it was really, really impressive for us to hear that as Ford Foundation. She went on and said, my role model is Karen Wakoli. And when she told us that her role model is Karen Wakoli, we really felt great as a foundation, and we remembered the time we met Karen Wakoli. And I want to tell you, it has taken Karen Wakoli a conviction to be where she is. You are here because of that desire for her to bring change in her time, and she has chosen you to be her change makers. And I am hoping I will hear more of you, and that ELF has now created an army which will change Kenya. And that in the next election, we will be having different leaders who will really be interested in changing the lives of the many Kenyans who are under poverty.